I feel like I haven't recorded a makeup tutorial in a while, so yeah, I'm gonna freestyle today. I don't really have anything planned, but let's see where this goes. Obviously, we gotta cover the eye circles, so I like going in with like a matte pink liquid lipstick. It's just a really good color correction tactic. Also, I did my brows and my skincare off camera. Yeah. Next, I'm gonna go in and kind of erase whatever shadows I can by using either like a white lipstick, white eyeliner, white foundation. I also like to put it on my cheekbones to kind of like pop them out a little bit. There's some hollowness here. You get it. Also, I kind of have like a butt chin a little bit, so I like to put it there to kind of like hide it. I forgot, I also like putting it in the dark sides of my nostrils. Now, I'm not sure if you can see, but I have a birthmark on my forehead, so I'm going to use like a thicker concealer to cover that up. And then with just like whatever's left on the brush, I'm kind of just going to put like all over. Yeah. Also, something that I like to do, people like to put contour on the sides of their nose, but I actually like putting concealer on the sides because, well, it might look like slightly bigger immediately. What it does is it softens the harshness of the shadows. Like, do you see the difference? Like, it just looks like blurred now. So I don't like to put it directly here because that'll make it look bigger. I like to put like contour here and then concealer on the sides. I got a new beauty blender and I feel so like, I don't know, it just feels really satisfying. Also, this probably won't happen for like several years, but I kind of want to make, I don't want to say like a makeup brand, but I want to make my own concealer. And I've been doing research just like about how to make it like eco-friendly, what organizations I want to like donate to, And when I was doing research, I want to call the brand Miu Miu. Miu means hello in my tribe's language. Anyway, I was doing research, and you know how a lot of like Native women and girls go missing like very frequently? I looked it up, and apparently Native Americans are 7% of like America's population, but almost 30% of all missing people. Like, that's fucking crazy. I think a big part of it might be, I mean, obviously like racism, but I think it's because there's like the officers on reservation and like regular police officers, so there's like a big like disconnect in communication and things like barely ever get done. But yeah, I think we need to get the girls on res like self-defense classes, and I think that we should be restricting the money that police get in the area unless they are cooperating with the tribe's police, you know? Alright, so I put some concealer on. And I like contouring with pink lipstick when I'm blonde, because I feel like brown is just a little bit too harsh. I feel like it suits like a higher contrast. I also like to put it on my brow bone because I just have like deformed brow bones or something, and they stick out a lot. And I like to put my blush horizontal because I feel like this adds width to my face and shortens my mid-face. Next, I like to contour my nose with a lip liner. I'm not gonna be able to do this on camera, but I'll show you like what I do. So I basically like to do a horizontal oval and then just a little bit here. Yeah. Also, I like to contour my lips a little bit by doing this so we look happy, and then I'm just gonna like outline my lips. Alright, so there's that. And then also, in the name of shortening my mid-face, I like to, from the inner corner of my eye, go down. And this also, I know this looks crazy, but in my mind, it makes my eyes look further apart. Like, instead of going this way, they're going like down, like, you know what I mean? Also, I forgot, I'm gonna contour my filter. I actually hate that. I think it looked better before, but whatever. No, this is literally all the product I have left. I'm gonna conceal my Aegyo style to shorten my mid-face. Another thing I'm gonna do is, because this eyeball is like wide, this one's round, so just on like the outer corner, I'm gonna like but this one is just as wide. Like, you know what I mean? Take a shot every time I say you know what I mean. I'm gonna get like a chubby concealer stick, also put it on my brow bone just to like further camouflage how much it sticks out. And then I'm gonna carve out my cheekbone. Do you see that shadow right there? I'm gonna go above it. Alright, I blended everything out, so now I'm going to set with powder. And I do this a little bit weird. So I get like a puff like this and some powder, and I only bake my AQS. I lied, I also do my like crease extension and like the dark spots in my nostrils. I'm also gonna bake this area. Sorry, I keep lying. Just because I really want this to be popped out. Like I'm either doing it in areas where I'm worried about creasing or where I have a lot of hollowness. Now the rest I'm just gonna set with like a regular brush. I also like to put powder on my brows to soften them. Something that I found is like the softer or lighter your brows are, the less like if you have uneven eyebrows and they're dark, it's gonna be super noticeable. But if they're light, it's like harder to tell. Alright, now that everything is like set, I'm going to bake with white powder to brighten everything out because I used a lot of blush and contour, and you know, also putting it here just because I really want to combat that hollowness. Now I also like to do it here because it helps me. So here's area A, area B, area C. For me, area B is the longest, so if I can shift area C up, then it looks a little bit more proportionate. While that's baking, I'm just going to, I don't necessarily like to call it eyeshadow, I like to call it like eye contour. But since everything else has powder, like I might as well be efficient with my time and go over my eye contour, my nose contour, just go over all the contour again. Now just to show you in case you're curious, that's what's up. I also, I like to place my contour on the highest peak of my nose. Like, so for me, this area sticks out quite a bit, so I'm gonna like put contour there. Yeah. Also under my lip and my chin. We're bringing her back and we're gonna like use this as a primer for my inner corner highlight. Alright, I'm gonna put some blush on. I like to keep it above my nostril, but like a little bit under my eye. Emphasizing on like the fattiest. That's too much. So I'm just doing, I did a little bit of eyeliner and this mascara. I love this mascara. Now I'm gonna do a tiny little line under my waterline. I feel like this just adds a little bit more like dimension and makes the eye look a little bit more dramatic. Alright, I'm pretty much done with my eyes. So what I'm gonna do now is go in with like a pink highlighter like this. And I like to put it all on my cheeks for a few reasons. One, because like it's so glowy and pretty. And also because it helps me diffuse my blush, which I usually put too much of. Yeah, I just think it's really, really beautiful, especially like when the light hits it. Next, I'm gonna go in with my highlighter. Just all the usual places. I don't go too crazy, but I do like to put it right here. I know most people put it here, but I like to put it here because that's what I'm trying to create, like a pop-out effect. Now, lastly, I'm getting a more precise brush. And on the tip of my nose, some people like to go round, I like to go horizontal. I just find that looks most blathering for my, did I just say the most blathering? Yeah, something like that. I also like to put it in those crevices of my nostril because when the light hits it, it'll erase those shadows. And yeah. Now with a little detail brush and some black eyeshadow, I'm gonna go in my inner corner. I'm not gonna sharpen them, I'm gonna round them out and make them more defined. Alright, so I'm just going over my lips again and I'm gonna top it with some lipstick. Ta-da! I think that's it.
I just wanna have some fun. Don't tell me what could be done. You know you like me, but